So my name is Habib and I'm from Afghanistan. I've started studying at the University of Bath since September of 2021 as a sanctuary scholar, and I'm pursuing my master's in international relations. So sanctuary scholarship is a scholarship designed for vulnerable people and specific to asylum seekers, refugees who run away from conflicts, civil wars, and persecution and come to the United Kingdom, where they have aspirations to further continue with their educations, but they do not have access to student finances, student loans. The basic motive behind Sanctuary Scholarship is to have them on board and have them study so that they could further excel in their future academic or professional aspirations. So I came to the United Kingdom in October of 2020 and I started living in Scotland. As an asylum seeker, it's very, very difficult to integrate into the job market, professional environment in the United Kingdom, or for that matter of fact, in any other country. One of the best ways to do is through education. Obviously, I couldn't do that because I was an asylum seeker. So you have problems with your finances, you have problems with your admissions, you have problems, and it's all about survival, to be very honest, because you have no public funds, you're basically on your own. And then I heard about the University of Bath, its prestige, about the course and the module, and then the Sanctuary Scholarship. It's a very rigorous process. It has a robust process where you have to apply, you need to have an unconditional offer, and then you have to have interviews for your sanctuary scholarship, and then finally it happened that you finally could very well integrate into the society in the United Kingdom as per your aspirations. And this is what sanctuary scholarship does to you. So it takes care of your fees, it takes care of your living expenses, it just basically paves that path for you where you can not only continue but thrive and excel. So quite a few things. Number one is Bath itself. It's a very, very diverse town, where you have diversity. You have a lot of tourists, a lot of students coming from different parts of the world. So there is diversity not just in terms of skin color, diversity in terms of views as well, which is very important in our course, international relations. So you have people from different backgrounds, from China, from Japan, Southeast Asia, Latin America, Europe, Middle East. The other thing was the course itself, the faculty, the experience, and the backgrounds that they come from. Professors who teaches you models who are experts in politics of Europe. Coming from Europe, you have people from South Asia who are teaching you, Latin American professors. So it's a very, very diverse background, academic backgrounds of people who are teaching you, and then your students itself, students from different parts of the world. And this is where you exchange ideas, and that is what makes this very, very fascinating and interesting. So when you come to a different country and then you come to a different city, you'll run into all sorts of problems: accommodation, your finances, maybe at times you might require the mental health support. When we talk about sanctuary scholarship, the University of Bath as a family and an institution altogether, all support has been available at all these fronts. So you have the financial support, which is basically the backbone of ensuring that you can study here and not worry about your finance. The University of Bath, Imrose and his team has been extremely helpful in finding me an accommodation where I and my family could reside, extending help in terms of the mental health support, because you come from a war zone, from conflict. Last but not least is every now and then, you're trying to adjust yourself into a new life over here, and you may lag behind. Your personal tutor is there, who is always there to help you and make sure you don't fall behind, you don't lag behind. So it's been, in a way, it has been an overall a complete package of sort of help and assistance on all fronts. So the course is designed in a way where it basically prepares you to get into real world, and there's the career services which helps you find jobs, and in terms of finding the right job in the right industry where you're trained, where you prefer to work. And that is exactly what I've been doing. But my primary motive is to further pursue my academic career, where I would want to pursue my PhD. So that is going to be my priority number one, where eventually when I complete my doctoral studies, and then so where I could go back to academia and contribute back and give back to the society in terms of my knowledge of conflict, my knowledge of wars, and then coupled with what I've gained at the University of Bath, teach them for the rest of my lifetime. So my PhD proposal is again going back to my roots, Afghanistan, but its implications could be applied to a lot of other countries who are also going through conflict, and it's basically focusing on regime security versus human security. What we tend to do is we tend to focus a lot on regime securities, our favorite regime, our favorite person, how do we strengthen that? But my thesis is going to be looking at what is going to happen if we for once forget about regime security and focus on human security. Now I assume that this basically contributes into a prolonged civil strife, prolonged insurgency. But if we have people who have food to eat, who have better economic conditions, that might contribute into a positive long-term sustainable peace. Yes, so Afghanistan, we come from a country that has been through invincible civil strife, 40 years of regime changes, civil wars, brutalities, invincible bloodshed. It's you're born and brought up there. It's always very, very close to you. And the fact that this research becomes very important to me is that if I think that my studies or my analysis could help Afghans and the broader international community have a bit of piece of peace, that's going to be a lifetime achievement.